California police have admitted they missed a crucial opportunity to rescue Jaycee Lee Dugard more than 3 years ago. Well, I'm joined now by Mark Williams-Thomas, the leading criminologist and child protection expert. Very good afternoon to you. So police have admitted they missed this opportunity. How much do you think they'll be to blame, and how much the sheer cunning of this paedophile?
Well, I think first of all it's important they have admitted it. You know, I think it takes an awful lot to come out and say we made a crucial mistake. What we've got to understand here is the way that paedophiles operate. You know, these are very cunning individuals and they will do everything to try and hide, and that's clearly what he did. There are questions to be asked and there are lots of answers that are needed. You know, why did they go to that address and not thoroughly check? And in particular, when someone's saying we've got children we see playing in the front of the house, you have to say, why is a registered sex offender allowed to have children playing in the front of his house?
Okay, now we've seen this man appear, Mr. Garrido appear in front of the judge. He's denied all charges, as has his wife. Does this surprise you?
Not at all. No, I'm not surprised he's denied it. He came out and gave an interview yesterday, obviously from his jail, where he says that when you hear the facts, you'll be surprised, you'll be very compassionate about it, and indeed the victims themselves will not come out and say anything horrible. This is a man who's put himself into a position where he's fantasizing about what he's done. He's simply saying, I'm in total control of this situation. What I did didn't harm the children in any way. It's completely distorted thinking. I'm not surprised in any way. We've heard nothing from her, and that doesn't surprise me. I think she'll be very quiet. She's probably he's a very dominant individual. He is still in control of this situation, and he's showing that by the way he's behaving. Yeah,
and a lot of people asking, although obviously this man was very dominant and had a lot of power over Jaycee, why she didn't try and escape. It doesn't look like there was that much security around the compound. Did he just have her completely brainwashed and enthralled? Because apparently her mother said that she feels guilty about having bonded with Garrido. Is this what you would expect?
Yeah, I mean, we have to go back to this first stage when she was abducted. She was 11 years old. This is someone who's forcibly taken off the street. There would immediately have been some power and control that he put over as far as physically, but then he would have gone into a mental game. He would have been saying things to her, you know, no one's looking for you, no one cares about you. He'd have kept her away from television, from any of the media aspects from it. He'd have said, look, if you ever sell anything, tell anybody, I will kill them, I will harm them. So he'd have put this power into her, and as a result of that, that would have meant that she was in a position where she couldn't possibly go, because she meant harm to somebody else. And you put that fear into a young child and they won't do anything.
Now, we've obviously got Jaycee, who's been living in this compound for many years, but also her children who don't know any different. How do they begin to rebuild their lives and live in the outside world again?
Well, actually, for the younger children, for the 14 or 15 and 11-year-old, it's easier for them than it is for Jaycee, because Jaycee has grown up. She experienced up until the age of 11 a normal life. It then totally and utterly changed, whereas these children haven't experienced anything outside. So they'll now be putting into a slow adaptation into a completely different area. But children are very, very versatile. They can adapt very, very easily. So I'd expect the younger children to adapt easier. The hard time is for Jaycee. Jaycee's going to find this very difficult.
And it has echoes of the Joseph Fritzl case in Austria, doesn't it, where we saw all those children that he'd forcibly forced his daughter to father living underneath in the cellar. We haven't heard anything from them, though, interestingly, have we? So we don't know how they're managing to adapt to life on the outside. Do you think we will, in these kind of stories, eventually hear from the victims? Well,
again, these are so rare. You know, in the US, there's 60 abductions, stranger abductions a year. So these are very, 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 very rare. For a child to come out and talk about it afterwards, not only is it extremely difficult, she may come out. I mean, Natasha Kampusch, she came out and spoke about it and talked about it, but interestingly, she never spoke about anything that had happened to her. She talked about the greater picture. I don't know. We don't know enough about her yet, whether she'll come out, but I think over the next few days, we're going to hear some interesting information coming out.
Okay, now, thank you very much, Mark Williams-Thomas, for